Hello and welcome back to Norwich Internationals, episode 10. Today we have, first of all, my lovely co-host Justin here. And we have another guest on the show. This is Rory. So,
Hello. Oh god, it feels like an interview. Um.
come to
Well, I actually do need a job. I wonder, can I actually use this clip and just like submit it to like Lidl or something or Aldi and take this interview. So my name is Rory Linden. I am TikToker, content creator, pianist, entrepreneur. Play Minecraft. I don't really have a job at the minute, so if anyone sees this and wants to give me a job, feel free. I grew up in Ireland, spent the majority of my life in this like rural part of the world where like nothing ever happens. Not the most exciting place to be. And I love traveling. I just any chance I can to go traveling, I just go. Often it puts me into debt, but I could die tomorrow, so I just as long as I have the memories, I don't really care. But yeah.
well, you know a bit about me. We live in St. Crispin, so we've crossed paths.
We
You know a bit about me. I know a bit about you, but you want to properly introduce yourself to
Right, just so people know, I'm Justin. Nice to meet you. It's been 10.
Who are you for 10
I'm
episodes in?
Justin. I'm Justin.
Justine?
No, I'm Justin. I'm from Hong Kong. I do photography. Kind of a failure, and that's it, really.
Oh, I feel you on that one. I do feel you on that one, yeah.
How did you meet Raf?
How did I meet Raf?
Yeah.
How did I meet you?
Oh
wait, no.
You don't remember?
I will tell the story.
One fuzzy night.
Yeah. I actually will tell the story because it's quite funny. So basically, we live in a student accommodation right now, and we're kind of like a 10, 15-minute walk from the city centre. So I kind of realized there was a bit of a gap in the market because I was really hungry one night and I didn't exactly have the funds to order from Deliveroo and Uber Eats. And I was like, it would be great if we could get food in this building. So I found out that there was this room that was available and I kind of took it over and started my own like illegal, not really illegal, but also illegal, food business.
Okay.
And it was right next door to Rafi's room. So I knocked on his room one day while we were setting up and said, hello, sorry for the noise over the next couple of weeks, but we're going to be running an illegal business next door. So yeah, like if you ever want a coffee or anything, just like let me know. And then he told me that he's like into music and like violin, piano, etc. And I had like ideas to like get a piano in this space, and I thought that that'd be really cool, like collaboration. So that's kind of like where I met you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very like unexpected thing for me, right? Because one night you just randomly knocked on my door and you're like, "Hello, I'm Rory."
Almost like a scam or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But no. I mean, we've become good friends ever since. And yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I love it. It's the best. The best. Okay, I'll wait until the camera cuts off.
Yeah, exactly. Till audio's off, but yeah, no. So yeah, it was unexpected, but a nice thing now that it's happened, and
Yeah.
we're friends ever since. We chat pretty much every day. So
We do.
Friendship is just a door knock away. So just knock on random
Exactly.
people's doors.
Start illegal businesses. Actually, wait, I'm training to be a lawyer. Don't start illegal businesses, but approach. No, I can't really say approach everyone in the streets. Just be sociable, guys. Knock on your neighbor's door. Invite them over for coffee. I don't know.
Yeah, just knock on every door on the hallway and then expect one friend to actually open the fucking door.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually known someone who did that,
Okay.
but it turns out that her reputation is not the best around.
Oh.
Like she's like in year one, she's been like knocking on everyone's door, but after they opened the door, she sort of just didn't lock herself in.
Oh.
And then, funny enough, UEA people know her. Like NUA people know her.
This sounds really interesting. Is she like a ghost? Like, do you have to summon her? Like, do you have to say her name 3 times and she appears?
The thing is, like, I meet the randomest people, and then they would know her. So it's a conversational starter, basically. It's bad, but you know. You judged yourself.
Interesting. Sounds sketchy. It does sound sketchy, but then again, what I did was kind of sketch. So
Yeah, I mean, businesses are always sketchy.
yeah, true.
But yeah, no. So first topic, how was your guys' week? I mean, Rory, do you want to start? How was your week? What did you do? I'm putting you
I
on the
really,
spot here.
yeah. To go back on this week, I don't even know what day of the week it is right now.
It's Friday.
Okay, it's Friday. Well, every single day this week, I've just had phone call after phone call after email from like 3 billion things. And I just feel like my brain is like constantly, there's like a little hamster on a treadmill. And someone put like a jet pack or like a jet on that treadmill that's just going like a million miles per hour.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Just a very intense but productive week, if that makes sense.
I love how visual you always are with your descriptions. Like
Yeah.
this is something I've noticed from like ever since you knocked on my door. But you're very visual. You always give like a visual kind of simile or something.
Yeah.
Which is nice because you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what
Yeah.
what he's talking about. So
I think that probably stems from like the way I process and absorb knowledge. Like
yeah.
even whenever I
Are
tell
you
you-
a visual learner then?
I think I am, but most people have this like voice that narrates in their brain. I don't have that. I just have like these movies that play in my brain or like these clips or cartoons or scenes that just get invented, which kind of sucks because I'm doing a law degree. So, you know, there's a lot of reading in that and I have to get really creative with that. But I think that's probably where that like stems from, you know?
Could have done photography.
Well, funny you said that.
Oh.
For my A levels, I did filmmaking and videography, and I kind of went on strike and I didn't hand anything in deliberately because it was in the middle of COVID and the requirements didn't change whenever COVID happened because like the education system didn't know how to deal and how to change courses and materials and we were still given the requirement to have like at least 10 people minimum on the team of production. We still had to have a minimum of like £500 budget out of our own pockets to go towards the film. We had to do transport, all these different criterias. And I said, this is impossible. And the teacher said, okay, everyone's switching to animation because that's the only way we can get a degree. And I wasn't happy with that. Like, the fuck? I don't want to do animation. I wanted to make films, you know? So I kind of went on protest and said, I'm not submitting my work. Mind you, I did actually film something. It was like a disaster film with like Donald Trump and like, let's not get too much into that. But yeah, it was a fuck up, and I just decided not to hand anything in. And
That's kind of like stupid in my opinion. Like, it's like because animation and film is two separate subjects.
Completely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So having you to say, oh yeah, go from filming something that exists in real life,
Yeah,
and then just draw something.
I think it kind of summarizes the high school education system in Northern Ireland and parts of the UK, I'd say, because they don't really care about challenging people and getting them to actually put their own individual effort into pieces. I feel like it's very much so there's a teacher, they maybe have 30 people in a class and they just want them all to pass. They don't give a shit after that. So, you know, I've literally had classes where the teacher has done all the work for the kids and we've just sat back and done nothing because the teacher wanted to guarantee us all the pass.
To be fair, what's it called when you apply to a uni? You have like a letter, personal statement.
Yes.
My teacher wrote that for me. Really? Yeah. I just sat and told her I was like, oh, I want to do this, did that, and he just typed it.
He cheated his way into uni. Everyone,
Oh.
he's a cheater. He's a cheater.
I've excelled.
UK government and NUA administrative staff. You might want to stop this man before
Allegedly, hypothetically, theoretically.
Yeah,
I will legally
exactly.
protect you, my friends. Don't you worry.
I'm 2 weeks away from actually finishing the course
Yeah.
technically. So
Yeah, so there's
Can't stop me now.
there's 2 weeks to stop you, man. 2 weeks is still a
I
long
would
time
actually
to
laugh
stop
if you
you.
got an email like, hey, we saw the podcast. Just to let you know, your entire degree is cancelled. You have to go home. Like, that'd
4
be so
years of
funny.
my life down the drain.
Could you
No,
imagine?
I'm sure that's not gonna happen. But I'm talking about school, like education systems and stuff, because you kind of brought that up.
Yeah.
What education system did you do? You did A levels, did you?
I did A levels, yeah.
A levels and like GCSEs and that kind of.
GCSEs, A
So
levels.
same as you then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we've talked about this before. We went in depth when your two friends were here about IB and stuff, and like I've talked to you as well about IB and the fact that
Yeah.
I did IB, but yeah, I asked this to everyone that I basically meet, but
Okay.
how would you rate your school system versus other school systems?
Versus the other school systems, like in
So
different countries.
IB, different countries.
I don't really know what
stuff
IB
like that.
is.
Okay. So IB stands for International Baccalaureate,
Right.
and it's known as one of the hardest school systems to do.
Oh, really?
Because you do 6 subjects, 3 at a higher level, 3 at a standard level.
Right.
So higher level is like A level, kind of a bit harder than A level.
Right.
Standard level is like just under A level.
So is it kind of like what they do in uni with like the not the
Kind
the,
of.
the into? No.
I don't know much about into, but probably. But yeah,
Right.
you have these six subjects, and then you also have something called extended essay, which, as the name suggests, is an extended essay
Right.
of 4,000 to 5,000 words, I think.
Oh wow.
On a topic of your choosing, and a class called theory of knowledge. So in total, you're doing like 6 classes plus those 2 things,
Right.
plus something else we talked about previously, which is community and service. So no, that's just CAS or it the name changed to Services Action or something recently.
Okay.
So it was CAS, now it's SAA, but essentially CAS is you have 3 categories, I think it was, if I remember correctly, in which you need to complete certain good deeds in a way. So
Oh, okay.
for example, I play violin, as you know, and in one of my first in one of my years of doing CAS, I basically busked at the lake back at home,
Really?
earned money through that, and then
Wow.
donated that money to refugees during like a big refugee crisis for
Wow.
school supplies for these refugees. That all I did basically for CAS, and
Wow.
that's you need to do CAS to finish the IB.
That
So
is insane.
it's there's a lot of hoops to jump through. So this all these things together is basically why the IB is seen as like a very high,
It seems really
very
hard.
hard and very high and
Yeah.
well respected kind of program,
I
right?
think IB is more like international recognized.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, IB is recognized in the UK, for example. I mean,
Right.
I got in with an IB. There are conversions to, say, the German school system, for example,
Right.
but those aren't as good, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Because the German school system misses out grades like in the conversion. So
Right.
actually,
Okay.
the grade I got would have been a worse grade in the German school system, even though
Really?
I got a better grade, kind of
Oh.
thing. Sorry, I'm like dying over here. um, but yeah, I mean, like now that you know a bit about that, what are your first thoughts about hearing this?
It's interesting to see what you had to do and like, how you got to university, comparing it to, for example, one of my A levels was like
Mm.
business studies.
Mm.
And you'd think, you'd be learning about like how to run a business and the different categories of
Yeah,
businesses
yeah.
and all that. But no, we had to create this imaginary pet shop. And actually, this really pissed me off because like we had to create like a website for this like pet shop, and everybody was just like drawing photos of like what the splash page would look like and what this. I went on a Wix and created a fully functioning website,
Oh, nice.
logos, everything, and they turned around and said, "This isn't what you're meant to do." And I was like, "Yeah, I've gone above and beyond. Yeah, very creative, but we just need you to do this." And I was like, "Oh." So yeah, it's definitely it sounds much better than what I did.
I have a similar story to tell
Right.
about like that kind of thing. So another part of like the school system I went to, which isn't directly IB, this was like pre-IB.
Right.
But in 10th grade, also known as, I think, middle years program or something, MYP basically, or
Okay.
like something like that. There's PYP, which is primary years, MYP middle years,
Right.
and then IB basically. But you do this thing called personal project, which is meant to be creative, right? Which is like you choose anything you want to do and you do it.
Right.
I, being so in love with music, decided to write a musical about a guy that visited my school. So I wrote a full-on like
Okay.
script, full-on music, everything for it.
Right.
Um, then basically got a bad grade because my report wasn't good enough. But yeah, I had written this whole like musical,
Hmm.
and that was performed at the school and everything. So
Yeah.
like I went above and beyond like you, but then they're like, yeah, this is great. This is very creative, but it's not really what we want. So it's a very
Yeah.
similar story to that. And I think that's a flaw of some of like the school systems, right? Because
The majority of them.
school is supposed to foster learning, foster personal growth, right?
Yeah.
And one of the ways you do that is through creativity and fostering creativity.
Yeah.
I mean, letting a kid be creative can go in so many directions.
I think there's something to be said there about the fact that, like, you know, I believe the majority of the education systems like kind of cater to those who are academic, which may seem obvious, but like I think they completely fail to recognize that, there are people that are creative, and
Mm.
it just doesn't seem to want to develop that any further. And you know, it's my brain's kind of gone foggy. I need to cut that out.
I actually want to contest that
Oh,
point.
really? Okay.
Yeah,
The whole creative part. Or what?
half and half. Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, yeah, you're right. Going like beyond is good.
Yeah.
You're being like you're taking the extra step, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think let's not put it as they want a like they want you to just do this. Let's just say this is their marking criteria, and this is what you should have.
Yeah, but
Like these are the points, you know.
it's very one-sided.
Yeah.
That marketing criteria.
Well, for example, for my current modules, right? It's like we have like learning outcomes, LOs. No matter how good you are in like I don't know 1 point or like just something off script, um, you still have to hit those specific learning outcomes.
Yeah.
For example, sustainability and ethical stuff like that, and research and reflection. But this year, I don't have like sustainability or ethical stuff that I need to write about. I have, but one of the like it's not on the marking criteria, and the teacher literally told me like it's not on there. You don't have to write about it. So it's kind of like I get it. You are aware of these stuff, and you want to go for it, and you make sure you mention it. But at the same time, it's just like you're not hitting the points that they want you to make, and I feel like they want you to focus more on the other aspects rather than you get what I mean.
Yeah, I do understand what you mean, but I think it's also like more about a combination of the different things. So for example, right now, I mean, I'm doing masters, and I kind of see myself as kind of academic. I mean,
Sorry.
I've done a degree in biomedicine.
Kind of. I really want reverb on this. Kind of academic? Question mark? Question.
Am I? I mean,
Are you serious?
okay, fine. I'm an academic, yes, but in my line of work, even though it's very kind of to some people it might seem very black and white, and this is right, this is wrong.
Hmm.
There is so much creativity in my day-to-day life in the sense of designing experiments, trying to work with what is uncertain because we don't know what the experiments I do are going to bring. Like right
Yeah.
now I'm in the middle of an experiment where I'm hoping for results. I don't know what the results are going to be like, and that's going to influence what I do next.
Right.
But there's so much creativity in
Yeah.
because I then need to come up with new things, come up with new ideas for experiments, try them.
Mhm.
There's so much like trial and error involved in that.
Yeah.
But I feel like through that personal project, for example, where I wrote that musical, yes, okay, maybe my report missed out on certain marking criteria points, but I feel like there should be some leeway for teachers to say, okay, he hasn't fully written about that, but you can see he has thought about those points
Mhm.
by doing his project or something like that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I do agree with you, but you get my side as well.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a half on half on
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but again, if you're like, for example, if you're talking like writing an essay,
Yeah.
and you talk really in depth about one thing, but it doesn't match your title, and then your last paragraph only matches that title, then no doubt you're gonna get a bad mark. If you
Yeah.
get, do you get what I mean? That's how I see it.
Yeah, I get you.
So again, bravo for writing a really good creative piece. But at the end of the day, I mean, depends on how you see it. Some people want like the product to be good out of it. You know, for example, a lot of people on my course actually doesn't care about the grade. They care about more about the portfolio that they produce at the end of the unit.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like both, right? I mean, to me, it goes hand in hand. My tutor always say you can always just cater to the marking criteria, and you can be like a A-star student, just, but your
Yeah.
work comes out shit without any like originality.
Yeah.
But that's just how I see it. I mean, I obviously coming from an Asian background, grades matter. Um, but it's in the same time, I just want to fight for myself to like kind of justify the fact that okay, I have taken into the academic sense, but also in a creative sense.
Yeah.
It's half and half.
I got that. I got that.
Quickly, let's talk about this weather. I mean, yesterday it was like beautiful and amazing, and now today it's just raining all day. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like I took this picture on campus like at like 6, and the sun was still out. People were sitting on the grass in front of the lake. Now today I walk into it and it starts raining, and I'm like, oh god.
So dramatic. And for what? Like
I feel like the UK was just trying to like play a joke, you know? They're like,
it
oh,
it definitely seemed like that. It did.
hey guys, here's some nice weather for a day.
Yeah.
Back to rain.
I made the mistake yesterday of going on to ASOS and like buying like shorts, t-shirts, and now the weather is like this.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's supposed to get better again, hopefully, but
Probably for like an hour. Then it'll go back.
yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, Rory, do you have any like
Hello.
big projects or anything that you're working on right now that you want to or can or whatever you
Big
want to share?
project. A couple.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of cool like science, medical related
Mm.
things going on. Um all very early stages of like development at this point.
Mm.
But I'm excited about it. I think I'm trying to enter a whole other field that isn't related to anything I've kind of done before, if that makes sense. So that definitely has its challenges.
Mm.
But I'm excited. I'm like really excited just to like throw myself into something new and kind of see what comes out of it, you know?
I mean, getting out of your comfort zone is one thing. It's definitely something to do.
Yeah.
I'm like literally my project this time is about creating satire.
Okay.
So I'm literally going the opposite direction to what I usually do.
Right.
And I don't know why I'm so good at it. Because I told myself, because I've been shooting still life and like ads, right? But my kind of photography model was like, oh, I just want to capture street stuff or just whatever that's
Right.
beautiful out there. But I think this project, I'm making satire out of it, but my whole personality and the kind of work just went 180 as well.
Right.
Kind of weird, but I mean, yeah, again, getting out of your comfort zone is kind of nice because you experiment with stuff that you haven't touched upon. For example, for the first 2 to 3 years, I only focused on photography.
Mm-hmm.
But then I mean, I've been interested in film as well, but I've been asking animators and graphic designers to help design my work as well, which turned out a lot better.
Right.
So
Yeah.
again, just keep trying stuff. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know,
Exactly.
good
Like
stuff.
I think I've kind of learned a lesson in life, and I know it has been said many times, but YOLO. I really live by YOLO.
Exactly that, but also like you need to fail to succeed is another thing.
Exactly.
I think a
100%.
lot. I mean, I'm sure you've had ideas that people have just been like, "Oh, that's just stupid" or whatever. I've fallen on my face many times, and I've had people tell me, "Oh, you're not good enough," or whatever. Look at me now. I'm doing a master's. I have a PhD lined up. I'm going to freaking Japan next year. Like,
Yeah. It's a lot.
you need to fail to succeed, and by that, it's just trying and trying again. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even see things anymore as failing. I just see it all as like character development or memes for my TikTok that I can add at a later point. Like, do you remember that time when I thought I could do this? Haha, what an idiot. So I kind of look at things like that. Like I
yeah,
don't really.
it's all learning from Not necessarily mistakes, but choices you've made.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I
Exactly.
like that. Learning from choices. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Yeah. Semi stressful. Stressing out most now is I signed up to this conference in London end of May a while ago. Totally forgot I signed up for this. And then 2 days ago they emailed me and they're like, "Oh, thank you for submitting an abstract for a poster presentation. You have been selected and we want you to present your poster."
Wow.
This poster does not exist.
Oh.
This poster I still need to make. Now, me and my supervisor have talked this week about potential experiments we still want to do to put on this poster.
Right.
This conference is in 3 weeks, guys. I don't know how I'm going to manage to do this, but I somehow in 3 weeks need to do these experiments,
Mm-hmm.
get the results, write the poster, print the poster, and then go to this conference.
Uh-huh.
But the other stressful part is at the same time I need to write this probationary report, which is a 10,000 word report on like my progress so far.
Right.
And that's kind of very important because if I don't pass this probation, they can kick me out of my master's basically, which would not be great. I don't
No.
think that's gonna happen because I've already done a lot for my project and stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact that I have like so little time to do both, because I need to submit the probationary report on my birthday on the 21st of May. So it's like 21st of May is one thing, 28th of May is the other thing. I don't have a lot of time. So it's been stressful, and I've been trying to like kind of gather all my thoughts and see how I can write a report about what I've done so far, what to include, what not to include, what's worked, what hasn't worked, that kind of
Right.
stuff. I started an experiment on Monday, which is gonna go until mid-May, like 15th or 16th of May, which means it's stressful because I need to be in at uni every day, which includes weekends and even bank holiday Mondays. Sadly, I got work.
Right.
So that's just stressful because I'm already exhausted and stuff. So more exhaustion coming. So
Mm,
my life right now is just a lot of work and really no rest. But
yeah. I feel like these months of the year are just like famous for that.
yeah,
Like
there's a
looking
lot to
back
do,
at
yeah.
like February, March, April, May in the past couple of years, I can't remember anything I've done specifically, but I know that
It's been busy.
yeah.
Yeah, and like it's just this year is pretty busy for me because I kind of got to finish my masters, move to Newcastle, start the PhD, which are all things that are going to be stressful.
Right.
Like there's no way to not be stressed about that. So yeah, just dealing with that kind of. So this week's been busy, but good because it means I'm doing this next experiment. I'm gonna get more results, and
Yeah.
if this experiment works, hopefully that's a big chunk of my like project done, which would be really nice because then I can focus on another part of the project and just finish. Because my plan basically is to finish experiments like end of June,
Right.
maybe mid July if I have to push it, so I can take July and August
Yeah.
basically to write to then hand in September because it is 40,000 words this thesis, so it's a lot to write basically.
Wow.
Um, Yeah, that's 40,000. My PhD thesis will be 100,000 words. So, but then again, that's 3 years. So
That was
Numbers
crazy.
are like numbers in my bank account.
I wish, I
Yeah.
wish. I mean, 100,000 in your bank account.
Just kidding. I don't have that money.
Wait, that means you're buying dinner, right?
Dinner. I don't eat nowadays. I finished my last like crane of rice last night. So sad. I barely felt usually I measure by cup, right?
Yeah.
It was dear. I was like, it's like nothing left, and I'm debating because I usually buy 11 kg worth of rice, but
Right.
then
Yeah, like, that's
well
a
for the
shit
year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, per week.
yeah. Per week I just buy 11.
You have an illegal business as well.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, should I buy a small pack or a big pack, and then I just give the rest to some other people? You want to write?
I love that we're just talking about
We said this this podcast we just talk whatever.
Just goes anywhere.
Yeah, I love.
Just switch the title.
You want rice?
Yeah, I'll take rice. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I can't say it.
Rice is superior though.
It is. It is. Rice is just. Wow.
How much are you getting paid to do that by the Asian government?
Asian, sorry, the Asian government.
Hong Kong government.
I can't tell you. It's top secret. I can tell you one thing though. When it comes to eating, it's been hurting so much. Like for the past 2 days, for me to eat.
Right.
Look, it hurts.
What is it?
It's a sore.
I call it ulcer.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it?
Really not. So I have one as well.
I thought you were gonna show me like a cool lip tattoo. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh, wait. Oh,
No, like I was playing badminton. My friend accidentally whacked me in the lip, full force, and it numbed so badly for the first 10 minutes. And then basically I went back home and checked out like just one giant block of like blood clot. Is it? Yeah, yeah. And it healed so quickly.
all I see is like dollar signs from like a potential lawsuit. That's all I can see here.
Yeah, but you're a lawyer.
Well,
yeah.
I don't even think I'm gonna get that far. I'm a little delusional.
There's security cameras. I can sue him anytime.
I want to
Um,
represent that case. I do. Easy win. No win, no fee. Mm-hmm.
Nah, but like today, I went for lunch, right? Obviously, if you have something like that, you wouldn't eat spicy food.
God no.
I went to lunch.
Yeah.
I went to this place, right? I know them personally, anyways. But I said that I'm hungry. They cooked me something. Like this is in the market as well, by the way. So they cooked
Okay.
me something
Taste of Shanghai, no?
falafel. But basically they just cooked me something. I don't even have to order anything on the menu. Today I just want something to eat, and they just cook up something random to me, right? And then there turns out to be a lot of spicy stuff in there,
Oh,
and I ate them. I was like, oh, it hurts. It stings. Tears are coming out.
mm.
But
That's like me and anything. I'm so allergic to spices. Like I feel like even if I have like brown bread, that's too spicy. Like white bread is fine, but brown bread, that crosses the barrier for me. Mm.
Really? Wow. I mean,
Mhm.
no, I love spice. Like in
Really?
my first year, we had this
spices and whether
like whether it's spicy, not spices as in spices, but whether something's spicy. In my first year when I lived in like student halls, right? I think I told you.
Just for me. Just for me. Right.
We had this girl.
Where's that?
yeah, that's the same.
So
Air
you know where Eritrea?
it sounds like some mythical land. Like,
No, it's a real.
flying dragons. Oh, okay.
So it's not a country.
Is it not?
Is it a country?
It's just a place.
So
Okay.
Eritrea is near Ethiopia, right?
Ah, okay.
Do you know where Ethiopia is?
Like Egypt?
I'll show you.
Geography, not art strong.
It's a country in Africa, right?
Ah.
So it is a country. Okay, wait, let me. So this is Eritrea, right? Sorry for the audio listeners. This is So it's a small country in Africa.
Okay.
You good? Okay. Justin's learning geography. But yeah, so this girl from Eritrea, she said North Korea, guys. North Korea. No, so this girl is from Eritrea, and she said that she had like the spiciest, like not ramen, but spiciest ramen like noodles
Right.
that she was gonna make me, and she didn't believe that I could like just eat them and handle them without like screaming or
Flinching.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So she makes these noodles for me, and I just eat the whole plate like it's nothing. and she stands there in awe. She's like, "What
Do
the
you like
hell?"
whip out like a medal or anything? You'd be like,
No,
there you go.
no, I wish.
Like
No,
citizenship to our
but that,
Ireland.
but that said, me and Justin recently went to a restaurant called Voodoo Daddy's Pizzeria. I don't know if you know
Okay.
it. It's a pizzeria here in Norwich, and they have a Death Star challenge.
Oh.
So it's a very spicy pizza with something called Death Star sauce, which already sounds spicy. Jalapenos, everything else that's really spicy on there, and you get to put you get a Polaroid put on the wall of pain if you eat it, not the wall of fame, the wall of pain,
Wall of pain.
and you get a T-shirt. I told
really?
Justin that before I leave Norwich, I want to just attempt it.
I
Just
wonder,
do
is
it
there a
once.
way to like cheat the system with that one? I just want to get like my Polaroid taken and like stuck up on that wall.
Yeah,
just as,
but
like, a meme.
you need to finish the pizza and they watch you.
They watch you immediately now.
Oh,
Just stick it up.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, but they take the Polaroid in the T-shirt, so
Oh,
it's gonna.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
You will not see me
Finish
in
up.
that place with a
Um,
miles radius. That place.
Yeah, I mean the pizzas are quite good that they have in there. It's
Mhm.
it's just that one like challenge, that they have, which is yeah.
Very
Um,
good.
But yeah, so long story short, I can handle my spice.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Really good to.
whenever you have like a challenge or something, I'm your guy.
This really does to me feel like an interview for a job, because like the first 5 minutes I start off like, I can do this, this, and then I slowly I slowly evolve into this conversation about there was this one time, literally, like exactly like that. I can handle spice, but I would obviously never say that because that's not true. But like, yeah, that does sound exactly like an interview, and they're just sitting there like, this was meant to wrap up 40 minutes ago, and you're still talking about like the Titanic or something. But I know.
Yeah.
We just let the conversation go. That's literally how it is.
This is our podcast.
Mm-hmm. Can I take a vape break?
Sorry?
Can I take a vape break?
Yeah,
Vape break, yeah.
We'll take a quick break. At that point. Cool. Yeah, thanks for listening to the first part, guys, and we'll see you probably for a brief second after the break. Have a good time. Enjoy.
What if it just,
take a
like-
quick piss break?
What if it just cuts back and like we're all in tears?
That's break. That's our
Mm.
break material.
I love it.
All right. See you guys after the break. Bye bye.
Is there a break segment? Oh, okay.
That's going to break. Break content.
Thank you for joining us.
Wait, not yet. So I clap and then you start.
Do you want like a ASMR segment?
No. We're not an ASMR channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
hope so.
All right.
ASMR.
All right. Wait, this mic is cutting out. I see what you mean now, Roy.
Yeah.
Is that cutting down? Okay. There we go. Speak in yours.
Hi.
Yeah, that's better. All right, so I clap and then you're like, "Welcome back" or whatever.
Okay.
Hang on. I think we all shift a little bit.
Okay.
Aw. Hi, babes.
Hello.
My lease is gone.
Yeah, at least it's gone. Hello, babe.
Okay.
All right, ready?
We.
Hello and welcome back, guys. Welcome to After the Break. Rory, are you good?
Yeah. This is a very interesting break.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So, you said in the break you had some topics you wanted to chat about before we end this episode.
I did, but then the more I thought of it, I was like, possibly a
Do it.
lawsuit.
Do it. You're not gonna get. Chances are they're not gonna listen to this
Okay,
podcast.
Rat is taking all responsibility.
I never said that.
Yes.
Um,
This is.
I never said that.
Just cut that out later.
I never said that.
He has the editing power.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have editing.
I
power.
can make you sound legal.
Oh.
What the fuck is
Okay.
that?
Okay. I Let me think. I'm trying to think what I could talk about that actually wouldn't end me up in a lawsuit. I don't know. What other topics do you normally like talk about?
We just wing it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So we've talked about our weeks, right? We've talked about systems and stuff.
Okay.
Talked about weather. What this
Difficult.
might get, but okay.
I think you could probably lead into something like you've had a very interesting life. What are like some of the things you've gotten up to for the past like 5 years? And then I just collapsed because there's so many things to talk about.
Past 5 years.
Or like
So
tell me
one
some like interesting things that that's happened to you.
one question I've asked previously was, what is your greatest fear? So how about you answer that?
Okay, but it's gonna be like a 2-line sentence, and it's probably not gonna make sense. Okay.
No, go for it.
Are you gonna ask? Are you like? It's just all going.
What? Okay, Rory Linden.
Yes.
What is your greatest fear?
So it's kind of like co-fear. There's like 2 main fears of mine, and
Okay.
one is babies, like
Babies.
just babies. Okay. And the second biggest fear of mine is trucks. Like if you're like walking and like a truck like
Like
zooms past you.
getting run over by a truck,
No,
or
that
just
would be cool.
generally?
Like, just like a truck. Like,
That
just
would
like-
be cool. I'm
just
sorry. What?
just like a truck like driving past you if you're walking. That shit scares the fuck out of me. Like if I'm just walking and there's like I have my headphones in and a truck zooms by, I lose my life. Like I just in the moment I just shit myself. I hate trucks, I hate babies, I can't stand them, and I fucking hate Lego. Sorry, I just had to add that in as well. Yeah.
Lego.
Despise Lego.
Like building it, or
Lego.
just in general?
Yeah. It'd probably make me cry if somebody threw Lego at me.
I mean,
Just like a small plastic
okay, throwing Lego at you, I get, but like building Lego, that was fun when we grew up, you know?
when you grew up.
Okay, fine. I loved building Lego when I grew up. I had these like, I'm being serious. My friends would all buy me Lego sets for
Really?
birthdays and stuff.
Mm.
And I one of the coolest sets I have, which I really like, is like, you know how in some like antique shops and stuff they have a like boat that's in a glass bottle or something. I have that just in Lego form.
Wow.
And it was really fun to build. It's
Pretty cool.
it's a really cool model to have.
Yeah.
So I love Lego.
I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fear of Lego. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've got a couple of truck stories as well.
Oh, okay.
I got nearly killed by a truck twice.
Oh.
Once I remember I was around, I don't know, let's just say 10, around 10, right? So imagine there's a road.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cars parked, right? And then like cars there as well. I was really short. I wasn't, obviously I was shorter than the car, so I can't see what's coming on. But
Okay.
I was about to cross the road
Right.
to where I had to be. So I
Okay.
wasn't aware, right? So when I was crossing, like a fucking truck, like went right in front of me. I
Oh.
was probably this far from dying.
Oh.
Thank God, like my
I've got goosebumps.
whoever was
They're
with
right over
me
here.
pulled me back. If not, I would have been fucked.
Me.
But
Pancake.
I like cycling as well. And sometimes I cycle on the street, right? Again, like with the fear, but I'm literally on the street cycling.
Mhm.
And then a giant like fat bus or like truck just drives past you. And Hong Kong is small. We don't have a lot like good amount of space. So
Right.
I think it was probably around this much distance between me and the truck
Right.
on the road, which is kind of scary.
Mm.
Yeah.
See, if that was me, I'd really feel sorry for the driver because immediately I'd shit myself. And then, they'd have to deal with the body and then shit up the fucking windscreen. So, yeah. Mm.
See, I've recently, well, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a fear, just a disgust, a very much disgust of something I've recently developed as rats. And
I
like
love rats.
rats.
They're the cutest little
Rats are not in your office, not when you have to work.
Are you
with them
kidding
being
me?
like
That's the universe giving you a free pet.
behind you. No.
No. That's
No.
ASMR for rats.
What?
Fucking wall.
What's wrong with the wall? See, it's
Fixing your place for you.
Mm,
it's. I mean,
rats.
yeah. No,
I
rats.
love rats.
Just the fact that we've had 2 dead rats that absolutely stink in
So
our
bad.
offices,
Rest in
and
peace.
then oh my god, and then also just hearing rats around in like the walls and stuff. It doesn't surprise me that UEA has rats in the walls because the building that I work in is like from the 60s, right? So
Yeah.
it's not the newest, it's not the best.
I would love that. They're just living their little lives, just like going to their jobs, going to their work, coming
Yeah,
back to their families.
when
They're doing the best they can.
when they get into the office and eat all your food and everything, that's just the worst.
No comment.
Have you ever heard of a rat king?
What?
You know what a
Yes.
rat king is?
Oh my god, I saw one in New York.
You mean
I saw
you mean
one.
from the ballet?
No. Like what an actual rat king is.
No, I don't.
Like
Do you
it
want to
is like this abomination. I can't say that word.
Abomination.
That word of like a rat that is the size of a fucking house. It is just like this fucking evil monster. And
But
eats
rats
other
are cute.
No, I know rats are cute, but this is not a rat. This is like I don't even know how to describe it. It's the Hitler of rats, and they are everywhere in New York. I fucking despise them. They just no.
Oh wait, what? No, I think we're thinking of 2 different things then. Is
Oh.
a rat thing. A
Hold on,
rat
let me
king,
Google this.
A rat king
I'll
is
show you.
basically when a bunch of rats not having an.
They get tied up by their
Yeah,
tails.
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Basically, I don't know, like the size of a fucking pie. Let's just say.
Okay.
And then they all get tied up in the tail, like from knots. So
Mm.
you'll probably see like I don't know, like 15 rats like dying because they can't separate from each other as a rat king.
That sounds very tragic.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, that is fucking disgusting. But no, that's the kind of shit that I saw in New York.
Let's go.
Oh wow, that's.
I don't know if you can see this. I'm sure that you.
That's
can
what she
probably edit-
said.
For our audio only listeners, Rory just googled a rat king and showed them picture of an absolutely
Like
ginormous
the
rat,
size of a dog.
like crazy, man.
This is what I mean.
Oh, so they're all like tied
Tied
up. Okay, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't really want to work in an office that has a rat infestation. Fine, rats can live, and I'd rather they live than die in our offices and stuff. But can they live somewhere that's not bothering me while I work? Yeah, I didn't need to see that.
True that.
But,
True that.
so yeah, I mean, it's not a fear because I don't fear them.
You just
But,
don't like them.
yeah.
Isn't it?
But like they
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's an
touch you. They wouldn't harm you. They just.
I mean, I
Even-
saw some rats around our office one night, just roaming around in the night.
Ratatouille.
Wow.
Science.
Yeah, they're lab rats, right?
You would hate me if I was working in your lab because I would just like building like little houses and like look after them. You just walk in like, what the fuck is that in my office desk?
See, at
That's
least
their house.
they haven't been in the lab yet. Because as soon as they get in the lab, that ruins everything. Because
Oh, really?
experiments are ruined and everything.
Oh.
Well, because hygiene.
Hygiene, yeah. So the room I work in has to be completely sterile, right? I work in a sterile environment. As soon as it's not sterile, cells can grow into cancer and into tumor, whatever.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
like the room I work in is classed as a class 3, I want to say, which is like pathogenic but dangerous level. So everything in that room could cause death.
Do you remember the time you sprayed that chemical on me in that room?
I didn't spray a chemical on you.
We need to distance. from that.
Okay, that in my defense was just a cleaning product.
Of course.
That I didn't spray on you, I sprayed it at you, but always from a distance. From a distance that wouldn't reach you.
That stuff got in my lungs.
No, it didn't.
Did it?
We're cutting this out. Yes.
Not for the sake of me.
No, it's fine. I lived. I'm immune to that shit probably. Even if it was like cancerous, whatever it was.
It
Probably just
it
bugs
was
up
a
the body.
cleaning product
Of course.
that we used to make things sterile.
Next topic. What's the most
What are you
toxic?
sellotaping?
What's the most toxic
thing
thing
Rappy is spread.
you've inhaled or like consumed?
Oh.
You have to have.
Oh yeah, but I'm trying to. I feel like something very vividly recently has happened to me, but I can't remember what it was.
I have two.
Tell me, enlighten me.
I first is not that bad. It's just like soap.
Oh,
That's disgusting.
soap's not toxic.
Like no, not soap, but like you know how like for example that substance in bubble machine, and then
That's just soapy water.
yeah, soap water, yeah. But you can't when you like ingest it though.
I remembered mine.
Yeah,
I know what mine is. So don't judge me, and I really hope this clip doesn't like resurface on the internet in a couple of years' time if I ever become successful. But I used to eat my window.
you what?
Yeah. So I would eat the window frame.
Window,
I would eat the window frame around my window in Ireland.
like the wood.
The wood. I don't know what the fuck was in that shit, but whenever it rained, that shit would get extra juicy. It would be like
You were a weird kid,
three-
Rory.
I would
You
wake
were a
up.
very
I
weird
would
kid.
literally sleepwalk, and I'd wake up munching on my fucking window, and I'd be like, "What the fuck am I doing?" But I just kept doing it because it was so fucking good. But it'd be even better whenever it rained. I could just like, it sounds so wrong, but I just like
Moist.
suck the juice. Exactly. Definitely has long-term side effects. No, it probably contributed something towards my ADHD, but yeah, that's probably the most like toxic or like
Okay.
not consumable thing that I probably should have.
I'm gonna one up you on that.
Okay. You had a hard.
I don't know if
I
you
tried.
need to one up it.
This is a one-time thing though. I
Okay.
licked a correction liquid. You know what I'm talking about?
You mean like
Tipex?
Whiteout, Tipex?
Yeah, Tipex, like the white ones.
Wouldn't
Right?
that get you high though?
I don't know. I
feel like-
remember it just felt toxic on my fucking tongue.
I would say so.
So probably it's toxic because it'll probably have some sort of formaldehyde or something.
So I lit. Not this.
See, for me, I've avoided toxic things intentionally. That doesn't mean unintentionally things have like been in the air or something that were toxic.
Right.
But like for example, one thing we used back when I did work with chicken embryos, sorry, this is covering my face. One thing we used is called paraformaldehyde, which is basically what we used to kill the chicken embryos to like stop to fix them, right? To fix them in time, basically.
Mhm.
And you're not really supposed to inhale the fumes because I mean, if that kills a chicken embryo, you can imagine what it would do if you ingest it or something. I've
Right.
not ingested it, never wanted to,
Okay.
and never will. But like sometimes just a lot of people in the lab use it, and the fumes just everywhere, and you smell it, and it has a very like strong smell. So I always just leave the lab when I smell that
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
because I'm like I don't really want to have those toxic fumes.
Mm.
Generally the lab, like there's a room which we do our gel electrophoresis in, which uses something called ethidium bromide, which is the most well-known cancer-causing agent there is. And we just use it readily in our experiments because
Right.
we have to, because it has certain properties that we need. But that room, for example, you're not allowed to go into without a lab coat, protection gloves, whatever, because
Yeah.
you don't want to get cancer, right? So
No. Not really.
Yeah.
One up.
you can't.
Good answer.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's the most toxic thing.
Mm.
You know, cancer-causing agent. Just always been careful around, but
Yeah,
that's like,
that
that goes without
that
saying.
makes sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are we back?
Sorry, my fault. No. Cool. I think we can call it there.
Okay.
This was a good episode. Thanks, Rory.
From let's do like a slight recap. So we covered some dead ghost girl bitch in your corridors, rats, rat kings, cancer causing agents. We briefly covered Lego, my traumatizing story of me eating windows, my allergies to babies and trucks. You talked about the education system.
Yeah.
Did I miss out anything else? I feel like this has been the most ADHD
Yeah.
conversation.
I mean, you have
Ever.
ADHD, right? So it makes sense that this
It
conversation
does.
goes
It's kind of
everywhere.
just like translated Like this is what an hour in my brain looks like. It's just kind of translated into this.
Yeah,
podcast
into
today.
the podcast. No, it's a good episode. I particularly like, and maybe just one question for you as we finish. I particularly like that we like discuss topics on this podcast. So, for example, the whole creativity and education stuff, that was a really good discussion today. I think we had. But just circling back to the theme of this podcast, Norwich Internationals, international people in Norwich.
Yeah.
You're not from Norwich, and you're not.
No.
You're from Ireland, so it's international in its own sense, I'd say.
I guess.
So,
Yeah.
what has been the best thing for you about being an international in Norwich and at UA so far? I know it's only your first year, but if you had to pick out, say,
best
two or three things that you really enjoyed that you think you got because you were an international or somehow had a connection with being international, that you'd say this is something that I really thoroughly enjoyed?
Let me think about that one. You might need to do a little pause.
Yeah, take your time.
Why
to
couldn't we
think.
talk about things I hate?
Sure, go for it.
No, things you like, and then maybe one thing you hate. You don't like being in Norwich. I mean,
Okay.
that's a valid answer as well.
I've had to think about it, and I do know what my favorite thing about being in Norwich is.
Me.
Yes, of course. I think honestly, the fact that the Avengers film was finished or filmed at uni, that's pretty sick. And then
That was pretty cool.
Hogwarts is literally like around the corner in Norwich Cathedral. Like that place is insane. But other than that, I've really only had kind of bad experiences. in
All
Norwich.
right,
And a
no,
lot
that's
of,
fair.
like, not racism, but like what's it called whenever people hate the Irish? Whatever that word is. A lot of like
Really? Okay.
judgmental and
Okay, that's interesting. I'm sorry that that's been
shouldn't
your
be.
experience.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Good.
It's not my fault. No, no, don't worry. I don't hate on the Irish.
I love that we kind of pause. Like,
Rethink his choices of words.
just like pulls out that cancer causing spray.
I don't have that.
What's that though?
I'm scared.
Anyway, no, that's a valid answer. It's I like hearing on this podcast what other people think of Norwich, because
Yeah,
I've talked about my
it's all right. It's like
experiences.
it's a pretty beautiful city for sure. Like it's got its perks, but it's definitely got its like downsides. I feel like it's not a
That's
very
fair.
forward thinking or progressive city. There's a lot of really old kind of I don't really know how to word
Yeah,
it.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Cool. No, well, thank you again for being a guest today. It was lovely having you, and I hope everyone listening and watching enjoyed this episode of Randomness.
Yep.
With some good conversations in there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, we wish you good luck with everything you do. With
Thank you very much.
all your crazy entrepreneurial ideas and everything.
Yep.
And we'll see you around.
Bye.
All right.
That way.
Thanks. All right. Thanks. Thanks to all our listeners. Have a nice night, day, whatever. And we'll see you again soon.
All right. You gotta say bye.
Yeah.
Come back.
We're not actually kicking you out. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.